As a DB, your matchups don't start on game day, they start weeks before. One of the biggest mistakes every DB makes is treating the receiver like a mystery. They're not. If you want to have an advantage before the ball is ever snapped, you study how other DBs guarded that receiver in previous weeks. That's what we're doing here. This matchup comes from two different weeks. One rep is from week 18, the other rep is from week 12. If I'm the DB in this situation, I already know something before the ball snaps. If this receiver gets vertical, I know he wants to use his hands, get physical, and create separation. By game day, if you line up in this spot against this same receiver, nothing should surprise you. You should already know what you're expecting. When it comes to press man coverage, everything in the first 5 yards determines the outcome. That window either puts you in a high probability position to win or a losing position that you're trying to recover from. Here we have two DBs, same route, same receiver. Both are in the league, both are successful. So this isn't about talent. This is about why one rep worked and the other rep didn't. Holds a lot of DBs back is misunderstanding timing and your arm length. This is what many DBs are missing to unlock that next level. Press, the receivers enter your range, and your range has 3 directions: in front of you, on the left side, and the right side. Each of these spots can disrupt the route if you understand your arm length. This receiver enters the DB's range. By the time the DB puts his hands up to jam, the receiver is already inside the DB's chest. There's no shock, there's no disruption. The receiver decides the first 5 yards, and now this DB is reacting instead of dictating. Now, look at the same receiver on the same route. This time, watch this DB. The receiver comes off the line. This DB understands his range and uses it early. You see a full 2-hand jam. Now, look at the receiver's hands. They can't even touch the DB. That allows the DB to control the first 5 yards instead of giving the control away. Compared to the other rep where this receiver was allowed to push the DB and cause the DB to stumble, same receiver, different outcomes. There's one more lesson to add on. I always say, your eyes, your feet, your hands have specific jobs. If one is off, the others usually follow. I want you to look at the DB's footwork. Your first steps should be stepping and replacing, not crossing over. Here's an example from an outside release. Once you cross over and the receiver goes back inside, it becomes extremely hard to get back in position. But this example shows you another reason why it matters. DB crosses over at the line, a few things happen immediately, and none of them are good. First, your center of mass leaves your base. When you cross over, your body is no longer stacked up underneath it. Your weight transfers to one leg. Now you're no longer balanced, and all your weight and momentum is on one leg. Third, your feet can't replace underneath you. So if this receiver does anything unexpected, you have no clean way to recover. At that point, balance is already gone, especially when a receiver is getting physical while pushing vertical. Now everything changes. Instead of controlling the rep, you're now reacting to it. Recovery becomes reaction-based, not control based. And once you're reacting in press, you're already late. That's why step replace matters. It keeps your base underneath you, your weight centered, and your body ready to absorb contact instead of getting knocked off balance. This is how you separate yourself as a DB. Not by guessing, not by reacting late, but being prepared before the ball is snapped and staying disciplined within the first 5 yards. That's how you give yourself a real chance to win every rep.